My girlfriend and I are just finishing up road tripping around the US, seeing concerts, attending festivals, visiting landmarks, etc. As you can imagine, we've seen a ton. It's been great, but by the time we started our long journey back to our home state, the trip had taken a lot out of us, not just physical exhaustion. We'd nearly drained our savings for the trip as well. The plan had always been to drive straight through, taking turns at the wheel while the others slept. With tension rising as time passed, the plan quickly changed and we looked for the cheapest, but still nicest, hotel we could find. Later, we found ourselves pulling up to the building directly next to the highway that would be our haven for the night. A cheap chain hotel with a bright sign that read, nightly $40, weekly $200. And a giant parking lot nearly packed full of semi-trucks. There are 2 more hotels on the same side of the highway underpass similar to this, 2 gas stations and a fast food restaurant. The crowning feature of this small area, however, is a Goliath stone cross that almost looms over the other side of the highway. It towers over everything, including the church that stands behind it, and is illuminated by 2 bright white spotlights. To be truthful with you, this sounds very odd when typed out, but after weeks of driving past countless places like this, it's all just something I've come to shrug off as very Midwest. The lobby wasn't packed like the parking lot, but there were more people wandering around the main floor than I'm used to seeing in near any hotel. Mostly gentlemen, reading books, eating cup noodles, watching the news, and chatting joyfully. It actually kind of reminded me of living in the dorms during college. Very friendly environment. I found myself surprised at just how nice everything was, for how not nice you'd expect it to be. We didn't really pause to reflect on that before checking in and quickly rushing to our room. My girlfriend did a quick check of the side of her bed and was asleep within minutes. But even with how tired I felt, I couldn't bring myself to go to bed so early, and decided to check over the entire room. Fairly clean. Carpet was really new too. Not bad for the price. I sat down on the edge of the bed, feeling satisfied enough. Still, I pulled out the nightstand drawer. More so to satisfy my curiosity about hotel Bibles than anything else. Instead, there is this dark blue composition notebook. I've been reading it for a little while now. It seems to be a journal, with many of the entries summing up the mostly uneventful days of the winter. A truck driver with a wife named Lynn. The writing itself is really messy, and although I can tell that the author is deeply thought and well-spoken, many of the larger words are spelled phonetically. Smart, just not book smart. The journal is really full and some of the earlier entries are really interesting, detailing run-ins with hitchhikers and feuds with other drivers. The entries stopped very abruptly, and the last few are particularly interesting. I can't be entirely sure, but I think those were written in this room. These are the last few entries. I've copied them down and done corrections to make it overall more legible, but otherwise I haven't changed anything. July 27th. The money is in, and it is good. I knew Bone would come through for me with this last haul. Now I just gotta get the rig back home. I'm glad I finally have the money to stop and rest in a real bed, too. The old cabin just ain't as comfortable as it used to be. Maybe that's what I'll be fixing next. I called Lynn and let her know I was coming home, and she nearly squealed over the phone. I'm thinking now's the time to get her that pretty ring. Anyway, I saw Monty again today, and asked if he was gonna return my MP3 player, but he just kinda shrugged me off. It was pretty damn rude, actually. Knew his parents didn't teach him manners. He just got up in his truck, wasn't even gonna stick around. Weird actually, he almost always sacks up for the night. Doesn't like driving after dark. Oh well, hope he enjoys a nice night drive, all over nothing. Anyways, seems time to hit the hay. I'll be headed out tomorrow morning and I'll hopefully be home for supper. July 28th. Woke up this morning with the worst kind of headache. You know that kind that stings behind the eyes, burns your nose? Awful. As soon as I got out of the bed, the nausea hits. Damn it. Happens after every long haul. I get some bug off some dirty oldie who ain't even heard of antibacterial soap, and I have to sleep it off in some crummy hotel. Fucking figures. Anyways, seems like this place is much less crowded than last night's, and near all of the fellas that are here are total strangers to me. I wandered around a little bit, went to the lobby and grabbed some food stuff from the snack machines. Hung out for a few minutes too. But instead of the normal circulation of news and talk TV, the counter girl was watching some weird black and white film. I ended up just going back to my room, throwing up a little, and getting some sleep. I napped until now, which it's pretty late. I'm getting 1 a.m. on my room's alarm clock. I went downstairs to grab some clean clothes from my rig and smoke a cigarette. But the front and side doors of the building were locked. I didn't see any employees around though, so I figured they're on their late night break. I hung out down there for a while and waited for someone to come and open it, but eventually gave up. If I'm being honest, I was feeling a little uncomfortable. It was too damn quiet. Plus, that church changed the lights shining on the giant cross. They're red. What a weird color for a church to pick. I don't know. Maybe the fever is just making me loopy and paranoid. I better try to get some more sleep. July 29th. When I woke up this morning, the alarm clock said it was already well past noon. I thought it couldn't have been right because it was still pitch black in my room. No light shining through the open curtains at all. I got up and sure enough, it was still pitch black outside. So I figured my clock was broken. I guess the fever's got me feeling more and more irritable since I got here. Otherwise, I don't think I would have brought it up, let alone complained. But I yanked the cord from the wall and left my room. The lobby was still empty, door still locked, and no employees in sight. I rang the little bell on the counter, but nobody came. Hell, I waited in that lobby for a damn hour and nobody came. I'm starting to feel worse, too. My head is pounding so hard and I can't get any damn medicine since I've searched high and low for an unlocked exit and found not a single one. I don't really have any choice except to lay down and rest. I tried to watch the TV, but all it's pulling is the Weather Channel and black and white movies. So I guess I've been watching the Weather Channel for a couple hours now. I'm going to try to rest more. Oh, by the time I turned on the Weather Channel, it was saying it was 2 p.m. The clock for sure was not wrong, but I have yet to see any sign of the sun. August 2nd. It's still dark outside, and according to the Weather Channel's date, I'm missing some days. My head is so foggy that if I didn't remember at least a little from the other day, I don't think I'd question the initial tone that I just slept through it from being so damn sick. I'm not sure what this is at all anymore, and quite frankly, I'm scared as shit. The bit I can remember is only a small sliver of time. I got up and near shit my pants when I saw that not only was the alarm clock plugged back in, the damn thing was set again. I remember checking the door to find that the privacy lock was sure enough in place. Unlocked it and I swung open the door. But then it all goes blank after that. Now I'm here and it's more than a day later. And there's some kind of music coming from somewhere. I searched for it but found nothing. As for the cross, they turned the lights off altogether. I went up to the 4th floor to get a good look outside. Seems like everyone just left. All the haulers, gas station attendants, highway drivers, everyone. My rig is the only one in the parking lot. I'm beyond scared. I could break out, but I'm so weak. August 3rd. My door was open when I woke up. All the doors to all the rooms are open. People's things are sitting around, but there are no people. I've stopped pretending that this is normal. Something is so fucking wrong here, and I can't even find a single clue as to what is happening or why it's just me. I've slammed my whole body weight into doors, searched high and low for keys or any damn thing that might help me get out of here. Nothing. It doesn't seem like there's a world out there anymore. Like something just picked the hotel up, emptied all the people out besides me, and let darkness swallow the rest of it up. I can't see anything beyond the parking lot. There is something out in the vastness, though. I can hear that music from yesterday. It's something low, with a lady's voice singing over a very slow and out-of-key piano. She sounds sad, but I can't make out what she's actually saying. I think I would be more concerned if the noise itself didn't make my headache so much worse. Instead, I just feel angry. The entries no longer have dates after this, and I can only assume they are each separated by at least a day due to the previous writing pattern, but who knows. I've spent a lot of time wandering around the hotel. At first, I had tried closing all the tenant doors again. It made me uncomfortable to see them that way. But as soon as I'd hear the latch and I'd turn away, they'd loudly swing open again. Scared me shitless, as you can imagine. Then after a couple more times, it pissed me off. Even despite my fucking throbbing headache, all of the rage within my chest spilled out of my throat in a torrent of screams. As you probably could guess, my screams haven't received a response beyond that same sad song that only gets closer. Or louder. I don't know. I've started searching through the rooms, going through people's things. I wonder where they are. Did they get to leave? Or did they just go somewhere else? I'm still not sure. Does it even matter? Things are getting worse for me regardless what happened to them. The parking lot is gone. It seemed like the closer the darkness creeps towards the place, the worse my headache gets. I've tried to move to a higher room to get away from the darkness, but then I wake up back in my original room again. The weather doesn't play anymore, but the black and white film channel does. I've tried to sit down and watch it, but after a couple minutes, it ends up being far too painful. I can't describe the pain. It's everywhere. It's in everything. God damn it. First floor is gone. The cross is back though. It's illuminated in that same strange red light, taunting me from out in the darkness. I've been through every inch of this damn place, trying to find some kind of haven away from this madness. I tried to go downstairs at one point, into the darkness. My ears are bleeding now, but I made it back to my room in one piece. Dear God, her singing is now screaming. The piano is grating. I want to go home. I think this very well might be it. If you'd believe it, the higher floor went before this one, making this damn clear that it's always been coming down to me. It's been coming for me since I got here. I think even Monty could sense it. Despite having every light in the room on, as well as every single one I could steal from this floor, it just keeps on growing dimmer. The girl, she's not screaming anymore. She doesn't need to scream. She knows I hear her. It's like she's right over my fucking shoulder, whispering right in my ear. And just like that, someone is knocking on the door. Darkness is seeping underneath like black smoke, and I know I don't need to answer. It's creeping over the pages, up my arms, shoulders, face, and into my mouth. Lynn, I'll miss you. I'm really shocked. It could easily be anything, but something between the too comfortable vibe in the lobby, the handwriting, and the overall feeling I've had since picking the journal up absolutely tells me that there's something to this. Now that I've got it all copied down, I'm getting my girlfriend up. We're taking this journal down to the front desk. God fucking willing, we're leaving as soon as we can.